following is a presentation of RS Wolves TV.
Here at Jim's Historic Barbershop, you always get an old-school barbershop experience. Classic haircuts at an affordable price. Traditional straight razor shaves with hot towels and all the extras. All with the feeling of the original barbershop experience.
Cut to the court. All right, now I'm being joined by our sponsor, Matt Locke.
Evening, Hunter.
Evening.
Looks like we got wrestling in process right here.
We're starting with Rocky Love.
We do have some highlight wrestlers, Rocky Love being one of the ones we have high expectations of. And this is the kind of match that Rocky needs. He needs to see some of these upperclassmen, wrestlers that have seen state champions, and he needs to wrestle up like that. And from what his dad, Sam Love, told me, this is the first season he's actually been able to wrestle at his weight. So he's seeing strength and speed from guys that he's never seen before, and he's going to have to acclimate to that. And it's obvious that this wrestler has just got more strength. But Rocky's not done growing, and that will change. His knowledge of wrestling is great, but he just needs to physically get caught up to these guys. He's just been so small so long. Okay, second match of the night. I apologize, we don't have our lineup yet. Wrestling coaches are real reluctant to give that information out until they start because it changes.
I think this is, I'm not sure his name, but it's Mr. Settle's son.
Really? I knew there were a couple of Settle girls in the building, but I didn't know we had a Settles boy. So is he a freshman?
Yeah, I think he's the youngest freshman.
Well, he got a pretty decent single leg. He's, matched up with some serious strength and a good sprawl from the Waynesville wrestler. Gonna hang on to that leg. He's got his head out. Not a great position, but got a stalemate. Settles goes in again. Waynesville looking for control. Hasn't got behind to get the takedown. Looks like he's looking for a cradle. And he's not in a great position yet. He's going to have to, He's going to get some back points and a takedown out of it. That was not a great position to be in, but now he's got better control. definitely looking for the cradle. If you can get in deep and get a good tight lock on it, it's pretty productive. Had a couple opportunities and didn't capitalize on it, so it looks like he's maybe going to try and run a half here. Or
Just got word, I think his name is Daniel.
okay. He's going for the cradle again. Oh, he put himself in a pinning combination doing it. He's got to be careful. Daniel's got a good grip on the arm. He needs to hang on to that arm. Out of bounds. For a young, inexperienced wrestler or a wrestler that has less experience than the opponent, one of the biggest hurdles to get over is getting through the first period and getting your mat sense back and getting your nerves calmed down and starting to understand what's going on. It's almost like a fight or flight kind of mentality that first period for a young wrestler. It's I've got to not get pinned, and they don't really process what's happening really quick. But if they can survive the first period, then they tend to calm down and it becomes a better match. And they might not come out as a winner, but that's just valuable time on the mat with a good opponent, and it's good experience, and that's how they kind of develop more of that mat sense. Right now, Daniel's doing fine. He's doing a good job. He's holding his base. He tries to stand up on the whistle, but obviously is struggling. But right here, he's doing fine. If he can get his head out and get behind, that'll be a reversal. He just needs to step over and get behind. Now he's going to just try and get the escape, which he does. 1 point. And now hopefully he's starting to kind of get his bearings. And I would look for him to shoot again. He likes going in for the legs. He's hopefully setting it up, getting some balance and trying to get his opponent off balance. Looks like Carl Gervasio from Waynesville, the opponent here. He's a little deep on his roll. He needs to keep his body back, and if he could get that right leg free, Daniel's got a good lock on it, but he needs to roll the other way. He needs to go on over. He needs to go hard. Looks like Servazio is trying to maybe regroup and try a different attack. Settles looking for the escape. Showing a good amount of strength and endurance. He's in great shape. Third period, he's still got a lot of fight. He's need to don't grab the head. Be careful. Oh, he did. He got him over. That's a dangerous game to play when you reach back and grab over a wrestler's head. .30 seconds. and Settles pushes him out. 21 seconds left on the clock. This is a great match for Daniel Settles. Experience, got a couple of escapes, and no one likes to lose, but for a young wrestler, it's a victory to go through periods with a more skilled wrestler.
Yeah.
So that, to me, that's, you bet, he should go home and hold his head high.
So we got Easton Byrne up next.
Easton Byrne and Caden Cruz from Waynesville. Easton Jr. Has wrestled all the way through, come on up through the ranks and
Since he
youth
was
wrestling.
little.
Yeah.
I remember seeing his banner in the hallway for.
Yep. Good single leg by Cruz. And you can just see the comfort and the concentration from Easton compared to Daniel. He's just a little more comfortable being out there, having had more time on the mat. Takedown for Cruz.
Caught himself pretty well there, though.
Yeah. This looks like a pretty even match physically, and at this point it looks like they're comparable in skill. Cruz has that leg trapped, which makes it hard. He's going to let go of it and try and push. Oh, he's going to pull him. I would expect to see a half and roll, but Easton's going for the sit out. The switch. Good switch. He's good. Yeah, he's got 45 seconds left. He's got some position on him if he can trap the leg. Now he needs to get his head up and get him over. Cruz fighting back to his base. Now it's really good match. Really good match. Both wrestlers. If Easton can get his head up, he can get his shoulders down. Here he comes. Keep him in. There you go. He's got him down. And oh no. Definitely got some back points out of that. So Easton will take the lead. 6 seconds left. Probably not a whole lot's going to happen here. As we go into the second period, we've got a good matchup. Easton needing to get that arm free. More chicken wing. Doesn't look like it's going to provide what he needs. Easton's going to get the reversal. So again, pretty even matchup. Easton's got. It looks like so far we've had 2 opens.
Already?
We've already had 2 opens, and that would reflect what the score is.
I saw 2 more, I think.
Having only having a couple of matches, this being the 3rd match that we've seen tonight. The reason why Waynesville scores 22 is because we had a couple of opens already, which gets them 6 points
Which I
for
see
each. So
2 more openings, but both of them are both open by both teams.
right. So 12 of the 22 is from opens. So I'm sure Coach Lowe is not as excited about looking at the team score tonight, since Waynesville will field a full team. He's more interested in individual results and making sure these wrestlers are getting that experience and that that push towards the postseason stuff. They want to see some of these really good wrestlers get them prepared. So kind of a stalemate there, the second half of the second period, 7-5 for Easton. Looks like we're going to start neutral. Easton, kind of a reactive wrestler. I'm kind of anxious to see if he'll shoot. And he doesn't. He stays back and sprawls on the double leg. Looking for a head and arm and trying to get him over. Cruz getting to his base. Got some back points. Can you keep him in bounds? Nope, he can't. Oh, he's still in. Nope, he called him out. We were close.
So we got Jacob McCracken up now. Unfortunately, Mr. Locke took his roster with him, so I can't see it. Good escape by Jacob. And a double leg shoot. Looks like we might have another very evenly matched two right here. It's like Jacob might have the upper hand a little bit. All right, and Mr. Locke is back.
I'm back. It's good to be needed. So Jacob McCracken, Kevin Cruz, definitely a good match. Looks like
Caden and Kevin might be brothers.
I'm guessing that's the case. I mean, you see a lot of that in wrestling where you have brothers and they just wrestled like all the time when they were younger.
Yeah.
Jacob in a great position here. Kevin going to fight like crazy. 13 seconds left of the first period. I don't know. I think he got 3 back points. Looks like the official's carrying 3 on his right hand. And the buzzer, let's see if he gets those 3. Yeah, he's going to give him 3. So that'll be a 5-point first period for Jacob. Jacob, one of our more seasoned wrestlers. Certainly a formidable wrestler.
Yeah.
Kevin Cruz, could be the younger, could be the older, don't know. Could be twins. I mean, they're right there, same weight class basically, right next to each other.
Just a little bit different.
Yeah, and they could be the same weight and one wrestling up.
One thing I've noticed is that we've had a lot of defensive wrestlers, and Jacob seems to be more offensive than defensive.
Jacob's got a lot of confidence in his offense, and he does like to attack. And I think he's learned how to set that offense up. You can't just reach out there and grab a leg. You have got to get that opponent in a position where you can get to it and not be put down. So Cruz in a tough place right here, and Jacob's about to show him why. He's doing a good job of keeping his base, but with a minute on the clock, I really think that this could be a period for Jacob to put some work on him. He's got the half in. This could be a recipe for disaster for Kevin.
I don't know if you were watching, but it's been pretty much like this the whole match.
Yeah, Kevin's obviously in stellar shape. He is fighting like crazy. Because when Kevin puts that half in there like that, it's tough to get out of. And he's working. I promise you, folks, he is working hard. He got him. That's a ton of energy that you're expending. I've coached cross country and I wrestled when I was in high school. And I will tell you right now, I would rather run a 5K right now than wrestle 3 2-minute periods. I really would. It's just an amazing energy dump. And it's endurance, but it's a totally different type of endurance. To budget your pace in a race over 3.1 miles is a very difficult thing to do. But when you have an opponent that's taxing your efforts, wrestling Gabe Sight from Reed Spring. Oh, tough crossface right there. That can deflate a wrestler's mentality, or it can just light their fuse.
Yep.
And Isaiah getting the better of Gabe right here.
Yeah.
I would say that Isaiah has probably gone pretty far in postseason in previous years. Gabe looks like he's pretty
he wasn't
accomplished.
really happy with that.
Well, nobody wants to wrestle somebody like Isaiah.
Yeah.
Looks like he's a pretty tough kid, and that tough crossface is kind of that's a calling card saying, hey, don't mess with me. I'm going to pin you. Don't make it harder than it has to be. Gabe matched up against some pretty tough wrestling right there. Wyatt Rogers on the mat with Isaac Peterson. If you don't know Wyatt Rogers is he's a character.
Yeah, he's also another experienced one.
He's come up through the ranks, wrestled in youth, and has some good experience. Looks like this will be a pretty good match. And again, for Wyatt, if he can match up against somebody at least as good or better than he is, that'll pay dividends down the road at postseason stuff, districts. Good shove. Not in a great position on the mat, but don't know if he's going to get that takedown or not. No takedown. They were out of bounds, but I would expect this one to go the distance and these guys wear each other out. Both looking for hand control. I know when I wrestled, I was real big on having short hair, just because I didn't want it to get caught in the headgear and
Or get pulled by the opponent.
and they don't pull it, but it sometimes
Looks like it's caught under you.
right. Sometimes it just happens, and it Peterson making a quick move, getting behind, takedown. Yeah, it just doesn't look comfortable to me. But those guys that wear it, obviously, they're comfortable with it, or they wouldn't have it.
For as energetic as Wyatt is, he is really calm right now.
There's a Waynesville crossface. Obviously, Wyatt's shake it off. He's not something that's going to bother him. Ooh, careful, 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 careful. Stay behind. There's your escape. I like this wrestling match for Wyatt when they're on their feet. I think when they get to the mat, Peterson might have a little more experience.
Oh,
Good drag. Wyatt's going to have to work a little magic here. Peterson, at the beginning of this period, was showing a ton of energy, and if he starts, see him walking down the hallway, they seem very calm and very peaceful and very almost shy. But they've got a switch that they flip when they get on the mat, and it's what a different story. So when people say, "Oh, Hunter would never wrestle," he's so quiet, he's so nice. Some of those guys are the dangerous ones.
Yeah, just hiding that energy, waiting to let it out.
Yep, saving it for when it can be used, and they get out here and. Okay, so we're going to go 3 periods. Not surprising. I know that the new thing with our stream this year, we've had a couple of students get together and figure out how we can do wireless cameras.
Excuse me.
And that's a big deal to us. And right now, Carson Bolt is our wireless camera down on the mat, and it's actually her cell phone. And
it's my cell phone.
I'm sorry, it's your cell phone. We're still experiencing a little bit of difficulty getting that feed to be smooth, and it has to do with frame rates and the technical how the data is going through the router in the gym and down to us through the wire. And we're getting it, we're figuring it out, and we're hopeful that during football season and maybe even baseball and track we'll have some wireless situations too.
Now, for baseball, don't you have a GoPro? Or is that?
No, we don't. We had talked about it. It wouldn't be a shot. It would probably be more of a scoreboard shot than it would be a field shot. But now that we have these wireless cameras,
it just opens the door for.
It does. It opens up the possibilities, and we've had as many as 4 wireless cameras on top of the 3 wired cameras. And so this feed right here is from a cell phone. Now she's got it on an Osmo handheld, which is basically a gimbal that it's like a Steadicam.
Which this is our first time doing it with wrestling, so we're still learning.
Yeah, we're not even sure what we're trying to do, but we do want to learn, and so part of the process for us as a team is to go out and try these things and see how we can develop and improve our quality. A lot of energy being spent here with 15 seconds left.
A lot more energy coming in now.
Wyatt not going to give it up. Peterson frustrated that he can't get him on his back, but I don't think there's any way Wyatt's going to his back now. Still on the sit out. and gets the escape with 2 seconds left. That's a Wyatt Rogers showing his stubborn side and not surrendering and fighting to the bitter end, which, you know.
Look at Evan Wilson.
Let's do a little look here and see who Evan has got. Looks like Aiden Stearns from Waynesville. Both physically fit men here. Looking to do some battle.
Evan is another experienced one.
Yeah, and it looks like Aiden's experienced too, and I would expect this to be
Pretty.
yeah, both obviously strong.
They
Aiden
both look physically.
Aiden didn't get what he was looking for, and Evan jumped on it. The minute 20 on the clock. In the first period, Aiden's going to have a lot of strength left in him, and Evan's going to have his work cut out trying to get him down on his back. If he can just break him down, and he's getting there, but again, enormous amount of energy being spent right now. People think that when they're not moving, when they're not in motion, that they're not expending any energy. But that is entirely not true. They are expending a ton of energy when they're not even moving, and then they explode that energy when they try and position each other. But there is never a moment really when they're engaging each other that they're not expending a lot of energy. So the reason why these guys look so muscular, so jacked, is because they are flexing all those muscles all of the time during the match. Evan looks like he's wanting to defend the shoot. I think he liked that first one when he tried to head and arm him, and he sank back, and he's going to try it again. And it looks like Evan wants to take him down again, just like he did the first time, and it's going to work. Head and arms are good for a wrestler to use on someone who's not terribly experienced. But a wrestler like Evan, who's been in that situation before, they know how to counter that. And a lot of young wrestlers like that head and arm because it's an easy position to get, but it's also an easy one to counter. So if you can get it and go quick, it can be good. But if you struggle with it, then you might want to maybe stay away from it. Evan taking command here, 6-1 lead in the second period.
Another offensive wrestler right there.
Yeah, it was shocking to me when he stayed back and waited for that head and arm. I think he was almost kind of putting himself in a position to invite it. And I think he wanted him to throw it so he could counter because he feels like he has a good counter for it. He needs to stay back. If he gets too deep, he could end up getting too far over. Aiden looks like he's going to try and roll Evan on over. Now the sprawl comes out. He gets up. If he can get up on his toes and keep his chest back, chest to chest. Aiden's trying to push on him and push him over. Evan in a great position. 53 seconds still on the clock. So Aiden's going to have to really work hard. And honestly, folks, I don't see it happening. He's running out of fuel. That's with Evan on his toes, all his weight and strength into him, and he's right there. He's fighting so hard. Yeah, that's tough. And those aren't little guys. That's a lot of weight, a lot of strength. That's a good victory for Evan. He should be real happy.
And I think we have two opens right now. And we have Nick Rogers coming up.
Have we got to that point?
I think so.
Okay, let's check the magic sheet here. It looks like both teams are open. And this takes us to Nick Rogers from Reed Spring and Colton Justice from Waynesville. Nick, a very aggressive wrestler. Love his style. It's fun to watch. Very entertaining.
He's not as experienced, but still.
No, but his dad, Johnny, was a wrestler for Reed Spring, and so I'm sure he gets a little extra at home. But a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy, a lot of intensity. Not a lazy wrestler. He's going to go after it and get work done. But like you said, maybe not quite as experienced, but wouldn't underestimate him. And these Waynesville wrestlers, they're good. He's got a good position on Nick right now. But first period, as strong as Nick is, he's going to struggle getting him over. Second period, if he was in this position, I'd give him a little bit more. But I don't know. That's a tough position. Come on, Nick.
Yeah.
So Nick's going to buck, and he's going to bridge real hard, and that's a big guy. Yep, and he sunk. Could you see him sink his core on it?
Yeah.
He's a big guy, and he used his weight and strength. So definitely somebody who's been around. So next weight class, we're open again. And that'll bring out Evan Crane and Jacob Forsley.
These are our last two tonight?
It looks like it. Evan, a lineman for the football team. Wrestling definitely helps that situation. Just balance and being able to maneuver people. This situation right here, just imagine them wearing, football uniform, pads, and a helmet. It's two big guys trying to push each other around, and that's basically what the line does. So Evan definitely has the benefit of both sports. Evan's put on a lot of weight. He's gotten big. He has gotten big.
Very big difference from the past couple of years.
Yeah, I don't think past couple of years, I think I could have met him in the hallway and we could have matched up. But if I see him coming down the hallway at me, I'm probably going to get out of his way. He casts a pretty big shadow. How tall is Evan now? Is he?
He's a little bit taller than me, so
6'1", 6'2",
6'3".
Yeah, he's not a. Oh. Yeah, my rule of thumb. I'm a simple wrestling guy. My rule of thumb when you get to these weight classes is the first guy to hit the mat is probably not going to win.
Yeah.
When you get those big guys down, number one, for a big guy to get up is a lot of work. Just without anybody on you, it's a lot of work. That's a lot of body. But when you have a big guy laying on top of you, all of a sudden it gets way harder. And both of these guys are big dudes. I think Evan's giving him a little bit of the Waynesville back here. Push that forehead in the mat. Let's put a little torque on the arm. I'd say Gabe Sipes is over there smiling right now, thinking, "Thank you, Evan. Appreciate that." Wrestlers are family. There's no doubt about it. They go through a lot of punishment and practice together. They survive it and endure it, and it makes them a really close team. Ten seconds left in the first period. Now with a Rocky Love, the amount of energy they expend, comparatively speaking to an Evan Crane, you can imagine for the second period, Rocky's going to be a lot fresher.
Yeah.
Just from weight alone. And not that those lighter guys don't expend a ton of energy. They do, and they don't have a lot of body to carry the energy. But I think these big guys are really, really working hard to get through. If they go 3 periods, that's an accomplishment. That's a lot of work for a big guy. Evan's going to go to work. He can walk that around, and he's got a foot. Looking for a half. He's not sure which side yet. Going back to the foot. Get him down. Got to break the base down. Farsley working hard. Evan is a master at riding an opponent. For a big guy, he maintains his position and weight, so they can't do a lot with it. Now he's gonna. it's tough. If he gets to that arm, yep, he's gonna. There he goes. That's over. It's over.
Yeah,
That's a great move on Evans' part. He's like I said, he's sprawling good. He's presenting a lot of weight on his chest to chest. Parsley's gonna have a hard time. 45 seconds of that's gonna be tough. And Evans, right now, Evans resting. Well, he gets his back points. He let him go. And he's going to go right back at him. Parsley saying, "I've had enough of this. I got to do something different here." Oh, maybe a little face plant.
Yep.
That might not be a good thing because I think Evan might not have enjoyed that. That might have made him mad. We don't need any blood time though. Hopefully it didn't pop him on the nose. 5 seconds left. We're not going to get anywhere with this. We're going 3 periods with the big guys.
Yeah, that's impressive for both of them.
Yeah. Parsley spent a lot of time on his chest down there. Right now he's thinking, "Whew, I got to catch my breath."
He's in a lot of pain.
Well, his chest is even. He's trying to get oxygen to his muscles right now. You get to a point where you just don't have any gas, and that's because you just can't breathe enough to get the oxygen to fuel your muscles. The mouthpiece doesn't help. It impedes your breathing a little bit, and when you get your face shoved down in the mat, it's tough too.
They're pretty far there.
Yeah.
So they both started to throw each other.
This is getting a little heated, and like I said, Parsley is probably not happy about that second period. He got beat on a little bit, so he's coming back with a little bit of passion and anger, and they're going to finish this with a lot of aggressiveness.
You can see the energies.
Yeah, and Evans working his head into his chin a little bit, and careful. That's balance there. You got to be careful. Parsley visibly fatiguing. Evans starting to too. They're both gassing pretty hard right now. If one of them goes to their back at this point, I would tell you that a pin is inevitable inside of 10 seconds. This dance that they're doing right now is code for, I'm too tired to do anything, so I'm going to catch my breath, and you're going to catch your breath, and we're going to dance until we. And Evan is thinking, I've got a 5-point lead. I just need to stay in control. Parsley looking for a toss. He's got to get him down and get some back points to make a difference. And at this point, Evan might just say, "Nope, we're not going to do anything but what we're doing right now." He might just, 10 seconds left. He's going to ride that clock. He's setting him up, but I don't think he's going to go. Yeah, it's. Oh, yeah, they're not happy with each other. Now, Evans definitely going to be the one happier because he won, but that's tough. There's a lot of energy and a lot of aggressiveness on the mat. I'm sure Coach had something to say about keep it in control, use your energy. To do what we need to do to win.
Looks like.
But good matchup tonight.
Very short.
We took a 12-point hit right off the bat. So you take 12 out of the 41, and all of a sudden that gets us down into a world where probably how we would compete with a much bigger school and a much bigger season program. So. Folks, it's always fun to watch these wrestling matches. I don't think these wrestlers get near enough credit for what they do and the amount of work that they do. Really impressive kids, and proud to be able to call it with Hunter here and enjoy watching some wrestling tonight.
It's fun to watch.
It is. So I think we're done for this week on streams, but we do have some stuff coming up next week. I think the girls basketball team, maybe Thursday night next week, a week from tonight, has a game against
I'm not sure who.
maybe Hollister. I'm not sure.
I think,
Hollister
actually, I think it is Hollister.
is it Hollister?
I know they
Hollister
play
or
Hollister
Marshfield?
Racing.
One of them. But either way, we'll be here next Thursday night, girls basketball. Can't make it to the gym, please catch us on YouTube, RS Wolves TV. Thanks again, guys.
Tough.